Good evening, ma'am. My name is Vishesh Singhal, and today I am going to discuss CYK algorithm. What is CYK algorithm? Well, CYK algorithm, short for Cook-Younger-Kasami algorithm, is a parsing algorithm for context-free grammars. That is, it tells us if a given string is a member of a language. It follows bottom-up dynamic programming. That is, it breaks down a bigger problem into smaller subproblems and uses its results to reach the solution. The standard version of CYK is only applicable for context-free grammar, and we are gonna see about it. The time complexity of CYK algorithm is O n cube and space complexity is O n square. The reason we use CYK algorithm over brute force parsing is the following. It saves a lot of time and space complexity as brute force parsing have a huge requires huge amount of time. Also, in brute force parsing, ambiguity and recursion can make a parser be stuck indefinitely if the string does not belong to the language. This could have been resolved by limiting the number of iterations the parser could go through. But due to the presence of null production, it is quite possible to reduce a given sentimental form to a string even with n number of iterations. Hence, to solve this issue, CYK works on Chomsky normal form. Chomsky normal form is one of the most used normal form for CFG. It restricts the production of the grammar in the following ways. The production can be in the form A defines BC, that is a non-terminal defines two other non-terminals, or A defines W, that is a non-terminals defines a terminal. The only time when epsilon or null production can be present in a Chomsky normal form if the given CFG has epsilon as its member. CYK only works on CNF as it resolves majority of issues like unit production, null production, etc. Any CFG can be represented in CNF form by following methods: elimination of useless symbols, that is, the symbols that could never be reached; elimination of null production; elimination of unit production, that is when S defines A; and substitution method. Any string can be derived from its CNF form in 2n minus 1 iterations, where n corresponds to the length of the string. As we have discussed the required background, let's talk about CYK algorithm. As the CYK algorithm works on CNF form, each non-terminal node above the terminal level of parse tree will have exactly two children. This allows us to encode the given tree into a two-dimensional matrix. The matrix we require is n by n matrix, where n corresponds to the length of the string. We actually require only the upper triangular portion of the matrix. The each cell I, j of the given matrix represents all the non-terminals constituents spanning from position I to the jth of the given string. Our goal with the CYK algorithm is to guess the start symbol at 1, n cell. For each non-terminal entries, the constituent I, j matrix can be divided into two parts such that I is less than k is less than j. We fill the parse tree in a bottom-up approach so that we can use the results from the previous steps in the future. Let us better understand this with the following example. Let us consider the grammar as given, where V correspond to A, B, C, D, E, and S. The terminals are a, the, courier, postman, and delivered. These are taken as word just for ease of understanding. P correspond to the production as given below, and S is the start symbol. The sample string that we are gonna check for the membership is a postman delivered the courier. So let's begin. First we construct a 5 by 5 matrix because of the length of the string is 5. And at the right I have also given the production. So let's start. First we examine 1, 1. 1, 1 corresponds to the substring A. A. A is defined by the non-terminal D. So we fill it in. Next we check 2, 2 postman. Postman is defined by non-terminal E. 3, 3 delivered. we see that delivered is again a terminal defined by non-terminal C. 4 by 4 column corresponds to the DA. DA is defined by non-terminal D, and hence we fill it in. The last cell of the diagonal is courier. Courier is defined by non-terminal E, and hence we fill it in. So we have successfully filled the first diagonal of our matrix. So let's go to the next one. The cell in the consideration is 1, 2. That is a postman. This could be formed if we concatenate a and postman back to back. Or we could represent it as DE. We check our production if there is any non-terminal which defines DE. We find yes, there is A defines DE, and hence we fill it in. 2, 3 defines string postman delivered. That is concatenation of E, C. We check our production and find there is no production corresponding to EC. The point to be noted here is that it is not necessary that we always find a production in the given sample if the string is valid. It is fine as until that we find S at the 1, 5. We could have as many 5 production as there is. The next column is 3, 4. 3, 4 corresponds to the string delivered the. Delivered the could be formed by concatenating CD. We check our production and find there is no non-terminal which defines CD. So we fill it with 5. The last cell we are gonna check is 4, 5. That defines the courier. The courier could be formed if we concatenate D, E. That, as we have already seen, is defined by non-terminal A. So we fill it in. We have filled the second diagonal. Let's move on to the third one. The 1, 3 is the cell of concern. It defines a string a postman delivered. This could be broken down in two possible ways. First, we consider A as one string and postman delivered as one other. This is represented with red arrows as it would involve concatenation of D with the phi symbol. But as it is not possible for us to concatenate D with phi symbol, this is not valid. So we would check the other case. That is, we would consider a postman as one string and delivered as the other. So we check uh, and we find that it is represented by AC. The point to be noted here is that the form we get is AC and not CA, which is present in our production. Hence, 1, 3 will be filled with 5. The next we check is 2, 4. 2, 4 corresponds to the string postman delivered the. Postman delivered the could be broken down in two possible ways as well. One is postman as one string and delivered the as the other. This was represented with red arrows and would involve concatenation of E with phi, which is not possible. So the next possibility is we consider postman delivered as one string and the as the other. Involve again concatenating of phi with D, and hence we fill it with phi again. The last cell of our third diagonal 3, 5 represents the string delivered the courier. Delivered the courier can again be broken down in two possible ways. We can consider delivered as one string and the courier as the other. This would involve us concatenating C, A as represented with red arrows. We check our production and find that C, A or CA is defined by non-terminal B. Hence we can fill it in. But as it is possible for us to fill multiple non-terminals, we would still go and check every other case. The other case is delivered as one string and courier as the other. Represented by blue arrows, we see that it would involve concatenating of phi with A. Not possible, so the only non-terminal we fill in is B. Let's move on. The second last diagonal 1, 4 representing a string a postman delivered the. Now it involves can be broken down in three ways. First, we consider A as one string and postman delivered the as the other. This would involve concatenating D with phi represented with red arrows. That we cannot do, so we move on to the next. That is concatenate a postman is one string and delivered as the other. Involve concatenating of A with phi represented with blue arrows is not possible. So we move on to the last possibility. That is, we consider a postman delivered as one string and da as the other. This would involve us concatenating phi with phi with d. As we have already seen it numerous times, this cannot be done, and so we fill 1, 4 with phi. The next cell of consideration is 2, 5. The string we see is postman delivered the courier. This can again be broken down in three possible ways. First is we consider postman as one string and deliver the courier as other. This would involve us concatenating cell 2, 2 with cell 3, 5, that is E with B. We check our production and find there is no non-terminal that defines EB. So we check on to the next possibility. That is, we consider postman delivered as one string and the courier as the other. Represented with blue arrows, this would involve concatenating phi with A. Not possible, so we move on to the last possibility. That is, postman delivered da as one string and courier as the other. Represented with green arrows, it would involve concatenating phi with E. Still not possible, hence 2, 5 is filled with phi. The last cell that of our table, 1, 5, this would tell us the answer, would represent the whole string a postman delivered a courier. This could be broken down in four possible ways. So let's go on. The first possibility is we consider A as one string and postman delivered a courier as the other. Represented with red arrows, this would involve concatenating D with phi. As we have already seen, this is not a possible case, so we move on to the next one. We consider a postman as one string and deliver the as courier the other. It would involve us concatenating 1, 2a with 3, 5b. We find that AB is a valid production defined by start symbol S. So we would fill S. But we still need to check the other possibilities as we can fill it with multiples. The third possibility is a postman delivered as one string and the courier as the other, which would involve us concatenating phi with A as represented by green arrows. As it is not possible, we move on to the last possibility. That is, a postman delivered the as one string and courier as the other. Represented with purple arrows, it would involve us concatenating phi with E, which is not possible. So 1, 5 cell will only be filled with S. Hence, as the start symbol is filled at 1, cell, at 1, n cell, we could say that the given string is the member of the language. Thank you. Here are the references.